Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another new movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Pyewacket. Really quick though, I want to welcome Chance as a new creepy patron peep. Thank you so much for your support of my channel, Chance, and all my other creepy patron peeps. You guys are all wonderful people. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Quick summary of Pyewacket. A frustrated, angst-ridden teenage girl awakens something in the woods when she naively performs an occult ritual to evoke a witch to kill her mother. Fun fact about the name Pyewacket, it's actually one of the names that the Witchfinder General Matthew Hopkins detected way back in the 1600s when they were still hunting witches. Basically, long story short, he was interrogating a woman and obviously torturing her to get information out of her. She told him the names of her familiars. So among the names that she listed, Pyewacket was one of them. Now let's get into what I liked about the movie. Okay, so first and foremost, this is definitely a slow burn horror movie. It's not as much of a slow burn as some of the other films I've talked about recently, like Blackcoat's Daughter or something like that. So if you're not so much a fan of slow burns, you may be okay with Pyewacket because it's not as intensely slow as some other slow burn horror movies. But above all else, this movie is about the relationship Leah has with her mother. So you find out in the movie that you never find out how or anything like that. Leah's father has passed away and Leah's mom can't really cope. She's, you know, drinking and wallowing in her misery and kind of neglecting Leah a little bit. And as a teenager, you know, everything is overly dramatic and over dramatized. So Leah is definitely throwing tantrums and being a angsty teenager, which I can relate to. And I'm sure if you guys were to watch the movie, all of you can relate to, because, you know, back in high school, it was like everything was the end of the world. And I really liked how they portrayed that in this movie. Like I related to it, but also was just like internally cringing because I was like, yeah, been there. That's what leads Leah to performing this occult ritual. So Leah and her friends are kind of into the occult. They think it's interesting and fun, but none of them really like actually practice rituals or anything. They just kind of talk about it and they're interested in it. And then one day when Leah's mom announces that they're moving away because, you know, her mom just can't stand to be in that house anymore. Just memories of her husband are all over the place. Of course, Leah naturally freaks out like an angsty teenager. And after a huge fight with her mom, Leah performs an occult ritual to call upon a demon, entity, whatever, to kill her mom. And that kind of leads to the central conflict of the movie. After Leah calls upon Pyewacket, there's kind of like there's very much a conflict as to whether Pyewacket is actually real, if Leah actually successfully performed a ritual and called a demon, or if it's just all in her head. So as teenagers are wont to do, Leah overreacts, performs the ritual, and then immediately after Leah returns home, they kind of reconcile a little bit. Her mom apologizes for the way she's been acting and things start to get a little better between them. Again, which took me back to high school, you know, when you freak out over something and then like a couple days later it's all blown over and you're fine again. So that's basically what happens, and that leads to Leah feeling ultra guilty because now she doesn't know if her ritual was actually real, if she actually called upon something, because now she doesn't want her mom to die. That's the main conflict of the movie, is whether she actually did perform magic or it's her paranoia that is making her freak out. You are free to interpret the movie however you want, and it works both ways, whether you want to view the movie as she actually did perform a successful ritual and she was actually battling a demon that wanted to kill her mom, or if you want to view it as it was Leah's paranoia that like drove her insane because she was so paranoid that she actually called upon a demon. And it works both ways, and I really like that about the movie. I also really like that the filmmakers don't spoon feed you that ending and tell you which way they interpret it. I'm sure they have their own way that they view the ending, but I like that they don't make that decision for you. They really leave that up to the viewer, and I appreciate that. little tiny things I liked about the movie. I did like the camera work. There's a lot of, it looks very much like a handheld camera. Like it's not so super smooth like it's on a dolly all the time. But I liked how it's often directly behind Leah as she's walking, or it's off to the side and kind of in the distance. So it gives you that feeling that something is watching her, which, you know, helps with the whole like summoning a demon thing. So you get the feeling that sometimes the camera is Pyewacket and it's watching Leah. That's further supported by when the camera occasionally will go past Leah and go away from her, and it's not exactly following her movements. Like it kind of has a mind of its own. I really liked that. And I also liked the teenagers, like Leah and her friends. Like they actually sure, they were all way too good looking to be like actual high schoolers. But their actions, the way they acted and talked to each other, was really accurate. I felt like that was a really realistic portrayal of teens, particularly Leah and her crush within her friend group, Erin. There's so many moments that there's just like this kind of like awkward silence, and like they're both very awkward around each other, and you can tell that they like each other. And you know how when kids are in high school, when you like somebody, it's not all glossy and romantic and you don't know the exact right thing to say or do like some other high school movies and TV shows will have you think. It's awkward, and and you do stupid things and then regret it later, and you know, and you're staying up at night like, why on earth did I say that, or why on earth didn't I say something? So I like that realistic portrayal of the teenagers. And it wasn't all about a romance too. We do kind of have that like crush action between Leah and Erin, but it's not about that, which I did like as well. The only thing I didn't like about the movie is I thought the ending was a bit cliche. Since it's a newer movie, I'm not gonna tell you. I won't even put up a spoiler warning because I'm not gonna spoil it. I just thought the very, very end was a little bit cliche. And if you've seen the movie, you can talk to me in the comments about it. Just throw up a spoiler warning, I guess. Yeah, I just thought it was a little bit cliche, that's all. All right, so was Pyewacket worth it? I say yes. I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I don't know why I didn't expect to really like it. Not really sure where I was going with that one, but I did really like it. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. On IMDb, it has a 5.9 out of 10, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 81% critic score and a 56% audience score. There's nothing on Roger Ebert for it. I was able to watch Pyewacket on Amazon, so I'll leave an affiliate, a link in the description for you. There's no pressure to use that link, but if you do, it does help out the channel a bit. So if you've seen Pyewacket, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Of course, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here, and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!